The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2024 summer edition of The Local Show. I'm your host, Tom Soccocio Jr., along with my friend and co-host, Steve Roberts. The Local Show features conversations about local businesses. We talk to the business owners, CEOs, CFOs, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, business advocates, and other business-friendly organizations. We learn how they got into business and why they do business right here in Syracuse, New York, and where their businesses might be going in the future. You're going to hear all about their successes, their challenges, opportunities, marketing, and advertising. We're broadcasting from the Zoey Advertising Studios, sponsored by Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. And of course, you can see us on YouTube and see all the fun and frivolity that happens behind the scenes. Actually, it's during the scenes. It's kind of in front of the scenes. It's all on these cameras. I think there's 6 of them in here.
If you say so, Tom. You did that with a lot of passion. Very excited.
Yes, it's whatever.
The heat hasn't sucked the life out of you?
Yeah, it's been a hot one, but I like the heat. In fact, I'm the only one at the gym that wears a schmuck when I work out. And somebody asked me the other day, they said, "Aren't you hot in that?" And I said, "Absolutely." And they said, why don't you just wear a t-shirt? I said, "Because I am so hideously ugly that you would vomit looking at me."
Did anybody put up an argument?
And no. Okay. And they were like...
Just checking.
But this one older lady looked at me like, oh my gosh, he's sick. He said he's a nutcase. And I said, yeah, so.
Yeah, and you're what, 50 pounds less than you were a year ago, Tom?
Yeah. But
so
still.
Credit where credit is due.
I know. It's just, I feel like if you're going to take your shirt off, you better look like Adonis in there.
Yeah.
Other than that, cover yourself up. No. Hey, look, we got a great show for you, Steve, and I do this for you. Rachel Williams is up first. She's the safety specialist and technician at Pestmaster Services. And then we have Charlie Van Patten. He's the owner of Mattress Makers. Randy King stops by. He's a member of the country club and runs the whole thing over there. Director of Drumlin's Country Club. Jacob Eichten is the general manager of Rubberstone. Dean Lyon stops by. I think we interviewed him maybe not last year, the year before. Founder of Animate Boot Camp. And then Neil Carr will stop by. He's the vice president of Prime Heating and Air. Christina Kohler is part of Onondaga Grown and an egg processing manager at Hudson Egg Farms, LLC. Jeremy Kidd wraps us up, financial advisor, registered principal at Pinnacle Investments. So that's all on the Local Show today. Good morning, Rachel. How are you?
I'm very well. Good morning, guys. How was your week?
Oh, it was all right. A little warm. Yeah, a little warm. And you know what? You got to be out there in the warmth all week long.
Yeah, we're out there with long sleeves and we're spraying houses and climbing on roofs and doing all that stuff.
Rachel, what is your background? What did you do before you joined Jerome at Pestmaster?
So I was in charge of food safety compliance, the regulatory end for food processors. So when you go in and you have food safety, how you set up those programs, how you manage them, I was the person to put those together and monitor those and help them get set up with certification. So
sounds like you had to be educated.
Yeah. Did they do those things because they wanted to, or because the health department was going to close them down if they didn't?
So it's a combination of both, right? So there is health department inspections, which are mandatory, and then there are third-party audits that companies can choose to get. So they'll bring in a third-party person to come in and look at our program and validate that, yes, we are safe, we're compliant. They'll give us certification. This enables companies to be able to do business with some of the big boys like Goods.
Was the attraction to rodents the bridge to work for Pestmasters from some of the restaurants you inspected?
So actually, integrated pest management is a huge portion of a food safety program, right? Because you're trying to keep food safe, right? Mm-hmm. And you're trying to keep pests out of there. And, rodents and stuff, they carry diseases. The more I got involved in the IPM portion of food safety, I fell in love with it. I absolutely fell in love with it. And then I made a decision that I wanted to go full time. I did some side work where I would work with some pest control companies and kind of get them set up with, food safety infusing that in their program. So when they go into commercial accounts, the idea was technicians already had food safety training. So they were a drop and go. They understood that there's certain standards and regulatory requirements that they have to maintain while they're in these buildings. So then I decided I wanted to make the transition to go full time. So obviously I looked at a bunch of different companies, and I ended up settling with Pestmaster for multiple reasons.
Was Jerome one of them?
Jerome was one of them. The team that he has over there is phenomenal. I was really attracted to the continuous education. That's a mandatory requirement. So every technician is expected, and and they want to. They're excited about it. They want to do a good job. We have a really good team.
But you're expected to have continuing ed. That's what you're saying.
Yes. We're constantly, once a week, we have little courses on different types of applications and management. We're also encouraged to add to our categories. That's what I really liked about it. I really liked the culture over there. Everybody they want to do a good job. They really care about quality. They really care about doing a good job for the customers. And in this field, surprisingly, there isn't many female technicians. And what I really, really liked about Pestmaster, especially Jerome's team, is there are other technicians that are female. And we have Anna over there. She's a certified applicator. I'm a certified technician, and I have my nuisance and wildlife management license.
What does that mean?
So for the nuisance and wildlife management, when they have squirrels or raccoons and stuff they want removed from the property, we'll come over, we'll set up traps, we'll remove them from the property, we'll do some exclusion work, we'll seal up the holes.
And that's different than ants and stink bugs?
Completely different.
Are mice wildlife?
No, they're
They're a nuisance.
They're considered rodent control.
Okay.
More of your nuisance and wildlife is going to be like your birds and your raccoons and your skunks and your possums and stuff that people don't want in there.
You guys did a wonderful job for me at the house. I had some birds, I think they were probably starlings, that were nesting inside my new oven hood. And one of the things that Jerome told me was that they carry diseases.
Oh, yes.
So, aside from just being loud and obnoxious inside there, I didn't really think about it that I could get sick off of it. But, there's mites and things that
So when we go in and we remove, and this is what makes us very unique from everybody else in New York, is we don't just do the pest management. We also do wildlife nuisance control, but we also understand the sanitation and exclusion work part of it. So we're a one-stop shop.
So are the bees getting buzzy?
The bees are getting buzzy. We actually, there's a difference between bees and wasps and hornets.
Right.
So we don't harm honeybees. We don't harm bees. We don't harm the pollinators. We've seen a lot of uptick in the ants, so we're getting a lot of ant calls.
Right.
It's a good time of year. I mean, we're doing like 14-hour days.
Wow.
We love it. Business is good. We, are so appreciative to all our customers. They're great. They're very loyal. Because it's very important for us to always do a good job, quality, customer service.
Well, people if you just look at the reviews.
Yeah. Really quickly, if somebody finds a hurt squirrel or other type of rodent on their property, is it good to pick them up and put them in boxes or touch them or anything?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You never want to touch or go near a wild animal. Always, DEC has a site where they list technicians, but I would say call us.
Call you. Okay,
we're going to be there right away. We're going to take care of it. We're going to look around the property. We're going to look at the home. We're going to make sure you guys are safe.
So bees, bugs, mice.
We do
squirrels.
everything.
I know you guys have helped Mom with the woodchucks that she seems to keep attracting. Pestmaster.com. Phone number is 598-4046, and they can ask a question, get a quote, or whatever it is there if they have anything. The 315 area code, Tom, 598-4046.
Thank you so much, Rachel, and you have a great rest of the day, okay?
Yeah, thanks, guys.
You got it. Charlie Van Patten's up next. He's the owner of Mattress Makers right here in Syracuse, and he'll be on the local show on 570 WSYR.